That's a pretty good sized stump that washed up underneath there. Like I said, it did take out the center supports, and not a big deal. We'll simply get it fixed and get on with it. I'm going to show you underneath the bridge now and show you what we're going to do. We're going to take and cross all three beams underneath here and put us a new support in. And it washed out quite a bit of that dirt once the leaves and everything backed up underneath these supports and against that stump. All the water just started cutting the bank out, and I don't want to lose my main support up there. So we're going to reinforce this girl, make sure that everything's good for us to continue to use the bridge. This is the material we're going to be using, red cedar. And you can see, you always judge a cedar tree by how much red is in the tree. The rot that you see there is actually the bark that's just leaving the tree. The red in the center of the tree, or in this case all the way on the outer circumference of it, is what makes this wood durable. And it'll last a long time underneath the bridge. So it's good material to work with. And I am fortunate, I have several acres of cedar trees, so I don't have to waste anything. Alright, first thing we're going to do is get us some concrete blocks down here. And this water normally, throughout the year, almost never passed a foot. But the concrete, I've got an 8-inch concrete block that we're going to place in here for a footing underneath our main supports of the bridge. We'll get them good and flat, and that should keep it up, keep our post up out of the water most of the year. But I definitely don't want any more of this washing out away from the edge of the bridge here. Let's see if we can get this thing leveled up just a little bit. I don't want to disturb a lot here. And this will compact itself down in there. Let's see how level we are so far. We do use this bridge a lot. This is the lower 10 acres that we have here. Part of the golf course, and we use this for trail riding and all kinds of different things. So the bridge has been extremely useful for us. Let's see. Alright, we're getting close. Now we got her. All right. That's going to make our footing pretty good. Got our blocks in. They're setting pretty flat as far as on their own plane. I do have that back one back there higher, because I want to cut that post back there just a little bit shorter. Trying to restrict any type of obstruction here, so everything can move right on down the creek instead of building up like it did and holding against that stump. That was something else. What I have here, guys, is this is called a paint pencil, and this is actually paint in here to mark on this wet wood, but you'll never get a pencil to actually show the line. Shake these things up real well, and it's actually going to paint that board for us. Now these measurements don't have to be exact, because again we're going to notch it in with the chainsaw, so as long as we get a pretty good idea where we need to be, then we should do fine. Okay, I'm going to mark the other side out and then we'll get the chainsaw out. Tell you guys right now, I should have brought me a small ladder. I've done made 5,000 trips around this bridge this morning. Okay, we can get it to the table. I might actually just be able to cut it right here. Alright, so what I've done there, I'll bring you up here so I can show you, is just simply cut notches in that. Get you off the tripod here. And I'm going to take and bust those out with a hammer, and then we can actually turn the blade flat ways and start going in here, and just to remove a little bit more material. I don't want to remove a whole lot here, just a flat surface. When it mates up to the bottom beam there, it's going to hold a little better. Like I said, this red cedar, it's tough. Now we're going to turn the saw back on and just simply flatten that up a little bit. We will call that good. That's going to make us a flatter surface to mate to the bottom of the bridge, and also allow me to get some good bolts up underneath that to hold it up. Alright, what I'm going to do here is more or less a plunge cut, because that's tight underneath here. Alright, it's really tight over here. Let's see what we can do. I did forget we had to notch out the center one too. There's 3 beams across this. I'm just going to lay the chain down here for a chalk. Another great way to clamp this, the way it's set in here. Alright guys, that didn't turn out too bad. I cut the center one out just a little bit wider because I'm sliding across on an angle. So far so good. We get this dude stuck up there, I think it's going to look pretty good for us. Alrighty guys, what I have here, this is a 5-inch actual pole barn nail. It's a shank nail, so it has ridges on it. I don't have the bolts I need, so I would have to make a trip to the hardware store. So what I'm going to do is get everything pinned together and then come back and bolt it together later. It's going to be easier to come down through the top anyway. I'll just simply remove one of my laterals here and get down through and pin everything in. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to pilot hole through the bottom here until I can get me one started up in there. This is a crazy angle to be trying to nail or drive a 8 or 12 inch bolt into. So we're going to try to get everything fastened up and then see if we can make this easier for us. There it goes. Holy smokes. Alright. I went and got the handyman helper. We're going to stop all that moving around on this thing. Perfect. Now she'll set center for us. And it is absolutely tough working in spaces like this because it's just hard to get to everything. Now we got her. Alright, I can remove the chains. Take the jack loose. Boy, never underestimate the power of a bumper jack. Specifically when you're trying to hold something in place and you're by yourself. Perfect. We've got the front of the bridge done here. This side I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm just simply going to dig in a flat area here and use my other stiff leg pad that was still here from after that stump had rolled through. then I'm just simply going to cut a leg from here down and support this half of the bridge. On this side, I have more than enough soil to work with should I ever need to change something. Grab the hammer. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. It's been a long day waiting around in all this water. We're about to get there, though. All right. We got our holes pre-drilled. How you doing today? Oh, I see you. There we go. The other two turned out really good. Like I said, just simply kickers down to the bottom of that and got those posts up out of the water. So now we have a nice open flow underneath here, and we shouldn't have any more problems out of this. Like I said, we use this bridge quite a bit. The grandkids love it every time we go across here in the mule. Well, there we have it, guys. Like I said, it's one of those days. Alrighty. Well, thanks for tagging along, everybody. This will be part 2, and if you didn't see how all of this project started, check out part 1. Like I said, it was definitely something else to have that stump roll in underneath this thing. What are you doing? Yep, she likes it too. So, I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.